Here. Can you hear me now? Hello. All right, maybe it's just. Okay, let's do this. Haha, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining me. We are going to get back into Motor Town. Since I last left off, I went off and got myself a Jamusi semi and a Air City bus. Our bus is right up here. It's doing the big island, or it's doing the small island ring. So it's going to go and do the Ollie ring. So all of these stops around in a circle, so it should touch every single city. Right, oh, interesting. Clicking on buttons and my buttons. All right, what we want to do right now is get more and more of these filled out while still retaining profits. So what are we going to do? We're going to come back over to Doomed Transportations, little caravan, and we're going to go and find electric ride. We are going to go and find some jobs to go do. I'm probably going to do a load of cheese really quick. And then I'm going to go try to figure out what, while that gets done, we'll go figure out what our tanker is doing. Alright. Not the Care tanker, but the Atlas tanker. It's spawnable, so it's not out in the world right now. So what we're going to do is find a spot to go start. We'll turn that off. Actually, you know what? We will not have it run whatever it was going to run. I think it was oil. We'll pop back out over here. We'll go make a cheese run really quick. Reset that camera view. And yeah. How is everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. It's a nice little Sunday. Sunday fun day, right? That guy just drove off the road. Don't know why. We'll figure that one out later, I guess. I'm going to adjust a few of my settings here. I'm going to come down over here to the options, sound. I'm going to turn that down to about 70. Tire noise can stay up. Engine noise. We'll go down to about 80. Effects. We'll also do about 80. They're super loud in my ears. Alright, and we'll stick with that for right now and see how it goes. Alright. Moving right along. We'll take manual control and we will fly. I've got done recording a few episodes of Schedule 1 where we set out to go Monday and Tuesday, I believe? Yeah. Right about now we have... I'm just going to not be able to stop. Right now we have another Schedule 1 video going live right now. Hey, look at that, Doom Transport. There goes our bus. Yeah, so we have a Schedule 1 episode going live right now at 4 p.m. So that should be fun for anyone who is into that game. We do get some shenanigans in that game. Just basic management of a simulator. far better than what we did with this game. We'll get there, we'll get there. Turn this one around. Almost made it down to the cheese factory. We are going to take a look at how many cheese pallets we can take, and then see how many cheese boxes we can take. So I think I want to do cheese boxes. There are no brakes on this thing. Oh yeah, so I got a Jamusi truck. That truck was for doing some logging. I wasn't too happy with it. I never am. So maybe we'll swap that out later for something else. So I want to the burger joint. I'll take 5 of those. Shoot. I only want to do number of 5s. And pizza 4. I don't want to do 4. I want to do 5s. Alright, we'll do those ones. We'll then come back here and do sort by highest. So we're both going into that town, so let's find something else that is headed there. Oh, we already got those. Alright, that works. Let's see how many of these we can load up. All 3. Alright, and we're off. So at the burger joint and the pizza shop, we can get ourselves the contracts, so that'll pay a little bit more. So that'll be nice. Once I get onto a straightaway, I will press F5. We will go into autopilot mode, and we will do some management. There we go. Management. Alright, we're looking good on corporate profits right now. The Air City is making us a bit of money. That is good news. And we are wrestling with a Jeep. Not my fault, my hands were off the controls, I swear. We will not come back here into company. We're at 75%. Yeah, we'll leave it at 75%. Which means that we make primarily most of our money off of contracts. Oh, I don't know why I'm so tired. It's not like I did anything today. Just went to the store, picked up groceries for the week, did some laundry, and recorded a few episodes. I mean, not overly taxing. I also did a stream previously. So, you know, there was that. About an hour explaining how updated to the new T5 version of this game on version 7.15, and I lost my content, or my save file, essentially. That was my error, nothing to do with the game or Steam emulate. That was completely my fault. So we started a new server. We started the save on the server, and I quickly ran through the first bit of the game, so you guys don't have to sit through the opening. You know, nobody wants to really see. I mean, it is kind of fun. I didn't want to have everyone sit through the beginning game play a few days after I just did it, so we'll call it a mulligan and move on. So there's no contract here, so we'll drop that. We will get about $657 for us. The corporation will get about $2,000, and that will be that. Our town effect bonus did give us $69. Now we'll head on over here to the... I don't know why the burger shop is chicken. It's a chicken mascot. Alright. We have 5. We're going to take cheese for 5. Okay, okay. We'll get $12,500. Meat boxes are far less. So cheese is the better contract here. We will eventually start supplying both of those. So we did make enough to pay that contract back to the corporation. And our contract bonus did pay us out, so we did make a little bit of money there. Not a lot, but again, we didn't do very much for it. And considering that this is a byproduct of the milk runs that we do, or we make even more on contracts, you know, just contract stacking. It's not as good as the one for fuel, but you know, we'll take what we can get, right? I'll park here, run on inside, grab us a contract for cheese. 2,500. Okay, signed. We'll get back in our vehicle, and now we are empty. The vehicle owner share, so we didn't pay for the contract and a bit more, so if we have bummer contracts that we don't actually make profit on, or enough to pay for the corporation's costs, this little one does pad that a little bit. I'm gonna go pick myself up a motorcycle. I think I was doing those deliveries wrong yesterday, or last time I streamed. I think the problem I had was I was doing burgers and not pizzas. So I'll probably end up filling up the burger joint with meat and cheese, but I'll never make the deliveries. Oh, speaking of which, oh, we do not have an extra slot. We do have over 100,000, so oh yeah, I can't have more until I do this. Yes. Okay, so now I can have another vehicle. We will get this guy. Drive. This isn't the only vehicle that we're going to buy today. I do want to get a dump truck of some sort. But that also means that we have to start working on getting more money for the corporation, because I need more vehicle spots. Though we can always move the Kira tanker out of the corporation. Same with the Kira van. And only bring them in when we need them. Isn't a bad deal. So we're going to get this bike all set up with the delivery box. I don't want to do wheels, I want to do Severos. Not taxi, cargo box. I didn't know that there was an actual sushi spot, but that would make sense. That's where we take the live fish to. Got anything there. I will leave everything as stock, with the exception of the paint job. With the body color 1. There's that. We'll back up, platinum 2, metallic black. Okay, done. We are out. We'll then add this to the company. Yep. Now we'll spawn it again. Here we go. We'll spawn the company engine. We'll go back up to that pizza shop, and we'll actually go see if we can actually make enough to pay this thing off. I believe the bike was $6,000. The box was $200, and the paint job was $100. That spawn cost us another $300. So we're looking at about $6,600 to break even on this vehicle. Where was the shop again? If it's this road. Nope. And I guess I'll guess that. Guess that one up on top of the hill. Because there's the burger shop right in front of us with the chicken on top. We'll come on inside, do a lazy turnaround, stop in the spot. Okay, so are they all going? So we'll take that one, or I can only take two. Okay, either way, they're fairly close. Okay, 2 minutes to get there, plenty of time. At least I believe it's plenty of time. I do not know, so let's go find out. Hand off the mouse. Reset the camera. X lift up. I am obviously not the best driver in the world. Alright. Another thing I would like to do is I would like to get my personal funds up enough to actually buy a property. Before I buy a property, I want to get steel, the H-beams, and the plastic ready to go, as well as the concrete. So that will require a bit of messing about. I did not check to see what our company share was on this vehicle. Well, let's check that, 21%. We'll make it 25% because we're not actually doing anything, and this will just be a way to generate some additional cash. We'll give you your pizza. All right. I think it almost paid off this entire vehicle. Yeah, let's see, the vehicle owner share got $400. The in-time bonus for $3,000 is really what put us over the top there. And I'm willing to go back there and do it one more time. That will essentially pay off this vehicle. But before we do that, we will go jump inside that garage and we will go fix ourselves on up. Whoop. Avoid that truck. Repair. Repair. So I was mistaken on this. 25% is just on the pizza price, not on the additional bonuses, which is good. Which means that goes into our pocket. So I could almost feel like I should put this at a 0% for vehicle share, because we're not talking about some. We're talking chump change at best. And I don't tend to do this very much, so I'm going to change that right now. Company. Up. Lower that all the way down. Alright. Done with that. Let's get back to pizza deliveries. Okay. And here we are. Same place. That one's... Although that one first, that one second, and that one fifth. So... we're going to just go straight out of here. And then we'll turn here. I hope I'm not making anyone sick. This will probably be the last delivery I make with this, and we'll go put this vehicle off the company. It's fun, but this is, again, not one of those that the corporation really needs to hold on to. It's really more for just having fun and going fast. $1,600 there, plus the almost $5,000 that we got before. Means that we have paid this little guy off on just its second delivery. And there, more profit. Okay, so now where to next? Alright, that was a fun little diversion. I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to figure out our next endeavor. So I'm actually going to remove this from the company. Alright, doesn't matter, we're still going to be using that slot. Don't need that at the moment. We do more of that. Caravan the ranch. The small guy. Usually get the most money out of this guy, but I'm going to... Yeah, we're going to take Grandpa here. Maybe we'll throw a little ride. We are just going to go down and buy ourselves that dump truck. Now the dump truck I do want is the Atlas, but I'm not level 100 yet. So that's no bueno. So instead we're going to make ourselves a dumpy, and we're going to upgrade the poop out of it to make it worthwhile. So we get in and out of the quarry. Actually, hold on. We should probably do some metal first. Yeah, we'll do metal first. Because the idea is, do you want to work on cement first or do you want to work on metal first? I think we work on metal. It will be the more boring. Because you're just going to go from the harbor to the refinery, to the smelter. I'm not going to go up in the mountains. Granted, that might be more profitable. Man, Little Dory here gets up to speed. Kind of stable. Quite loud with only the 4 speed transmission. Hugs those corners really well. Oop, until I roll it. But he rolls back onto his feet. Looks like the transmission's a little stuck. Oh man, that was a good time. I'm just going to pull him over here and I'm going to let him despawn. Because that is not needed. Alright, we'll despawn that vehicle. Alright, so, Dumpy's right there. Now the other thing we could do is rent that and go do garbage. It's a good idea. This seems more fun. Another thing I did pick up while I was picking up the Jamusi was pick up a small log trailer and pick up a dump trailer as well. So that means that if we get a dolly for this vehicle, we can don't delete it. We can hold 20 units of cargo. Map or the flashing? Yes, done there. Parts, etc. We're going to start with fuel tanks because fuel tanks are the best. Next we're going to go to cargo bed attachments. Hold on. Oh, this thing doesn't have a... Darn it. Cannot put a trailer on the back of this. Darn, that really takes away my plan. So, we will put a new radiator on that. We'll sell our old one. Intakes, we will do long intakes. Moving on, engine. We will bump it up another 90 horsepower. Sell that one. Turbocharger, we will get the... Sure, let's go through the transmission. We got the 6-speed. I don't want to put this in, but I don't want... Oh, hey, look at that. The bus is out there making us cash. I'm going to put that in there. I think it'll be needed. Sell the other one. Final drive will be that same. We'll be on the road, so never worry about the differentials. Suspension we will put on the wheel spacers, just because I want to make sure we are stable. And springs in the back for 500%. We'll also do an angle kit. We got the rest of our money. Do I want to slam this down? What would that look like? Actually, I don't think that... Do -5? Let's try that. Alright, so our wheel base is now wider, so we higher the tip. We're lower, so we won't be as top heavy. So, and we have bigger springs in the back to handle the weight that we're be putting inside of them. Tires, we will put on a fresh set of these tires. Reason being is because I want the max load. We get a little bit less grip, but I want them to be able to handle the load that we're putting. And we'll do the same for up front. We went from a lot of money down to none. So, suspension, we've already been there. Brakes, we have not. Brake pads. Yeah, we'll do these. Oh, I don't have enough money. So I got two, so we will put that on the fronts. And we'll just have to come back later. Alright. I'm going to exit out of here. I'm going to put this inside the corporation. Dumpy gets rid of it, and that's fine because we're now going to take the this little guy. We're going to set our destination to, I'm thinking, hold on, processing. We are not. We're actually going to change vehicles again. We are going to go to this. Perfect. We'll leave out of here. We will set our destination. So the reason why I'm choosing this is because what we want to do is we want to get down south. Now, we are going to be picking up iron or coal from here. There's coal, there's iron as well. It's right next to each other. And we want to take it over here, which means we got to take this nice little road here all the way down, around. Down and around, all the way over to here to this gas station, and then cut across through here, and then we can make our way to the steel mill or the coil, H-beam or the coil. Easy enough, and then we can motor our way on back. Again, they'll pretty much be empty, but they require both coal and iron, so we'll be making the trip multiple times, but we want to get down there. Since I cannot fast travel, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to go from here to here, more than likely to somewhere in here, then from here down to here, and we'll swap out vehicles here. Maybe we just drive directly here. I don't know. We'll figure that part out once we pick up our load up there. Turn on the lights. And here we go. Is there any other way we can do that? Really? So we'll really have to wait to the Atlas before we can. That's a bus. That's a taxi. Ooh, that's solid. Alright, and we're off again. Yep. Was the 13-speed transmission the right choice for this? Maybe. Maybe not. Could we have gone back to the 6-speed? More than likely. But what we need right now are contracts completed, and we need money in our pocket. And this is going to be a great way to do that. It's just about each of the contracts that we're about to go through is going to net us about 57K. So, I mean, and we're looking to do about two different contracts. So we'll be back up over 100K in about 30 minutes. We'll toggle our lift axle up because we don't need it down at the moment. Should help us slide a little bit more. Yep, definitely helping us slide more. And there's a police officer in front of us. I'll get back on the right side of the road. Ooh, here we go. I'm catching up fast, and the sun is right in front of us. Let's see. Any way to pass this guy? Nope. He's going kind of slow through these corners. He is so close I cannot even see him in front of me. Go somewhere else, guy. We're just making hard brake. Oh, he's turning. Oh, good. Policia officer. Alright, we do want to get a piece of property today, hopefully. I'm actually going to have to look up. I'm going to put us on autopilot for a second, and I'm going to move about my desk. And I'm going to find a piece of paper. Alright, here we go. Alright, piece of paper. Here we go. Pull up the... We are going to pull up the other screen. We are going to come over here to Town Wiki. Yep. We're going to go blueprints, jobs, locations, vehicles, trailers, gameplay, properties. So those are the properties. Oh, let's see depot. Depot is not in here. Alright, Google search. Alright. So, we will need sand. We will need wood planks, plastic pipes, concrete, and steel H-blocks. Sand, super easy to get. So easy that it's barely an inconvenience. If we want it, we can get it. Concrete, a little bit more difficult because it's a multi-step process. Because you gotta work with limestone rock to make limestone, and then take the limestone up to make concrete or to make cement. Then you take the cement to the concrete plant and it adds sand and fuel, and you get your concrete. So, shouldn't be too difficult. We'll fill up here. Now let's see, where do we want to go? We're going to go look at long contracts. So, nothing up there. Nope, not down there. Where's that to? So the oil drilling rig is always a good one because we can then chain that, and it's paying the most. So we will just do that. But since we have not left yet, let's go and see how much trouble we can get into. We'll spawn a couple trailers. I will spawn the Linky D2 or D1. We'll get that. I mean, I could just take that little fiber. And we will be leaving this behind, because we do not. We won't need these after a certain point in our journey. And pull forward. I like the color of that. Alright, and now we'll get one of the other slightly smaller tanks. Which one? Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Ah, yes, okay. So this one does 28 liters. That's probably what we'll end up with. This one does 18. Not bad. By the way, we cannot really get over 50 unless I do a Tenko 40. And I don't think that little guy can handle a Tenko 40, so we'll be nice to him. And we'll do this. But we'll only fill it up to 20. Maybe. Maybe. I don't know. We're probably gonna just max out. Might as well. Let's see how bad this goes. Alright. That's gonna get smushed. I cannot wait. Alright, let's get some more fuel. At least we got the transmission for it this time. Ooh, I'm just not being good. But let's see, can we fill it up from here? Yes, we can. We can still do another. Yeah, we might as well just do it all for here, and we might as well go for broke. We can, since we have a 20 in front and 28 in back, we could do 2 separate contracts once we get there for a total of 40 in the contract. We'll deliver 28. Oh, I'm sorry, 48. Yeah, we'll deliver 48. We will get fined. Yeah, so there's that. But we will be able to complete 2 contracts going there, and then on the next stage, taking oil to the refinery, we will get another 2 contracts of 20. So this is probably the best worst setup. Could be better. Stronger engine. Can't remember if we already spaced out the wheels on this or not. Having a Linky that wasn't dragging. So we gotta wait till like level 200 to get that, to get the dually 2-axle. This is the dually single axle. Even then, I don't think much is rated to pull this much liquid. Right. And we are off. So I think the other way that this gets done, partially, no, because there's a new road train vehicle that's a front half and a back half. I think that I don't think that they hold a little 40. Do they? Is it 20 in the back and 18 in the front? So you miss out on the two contracts, on splitting two contracts. Whereas this gets you two contracts. But you can get the Tanko 40 maybe. Look that up. That would be interesting to see. I'll do that downshift. Hold this gear. Hold this gear. We're trying. We are trying to get up this hill. And this is going to be one of the hardest early hills to get over. And it's going to set the tone for the rest of the journey, really. Because we have some fairly good-sized mountains to go up. Or hills to go up on the other island. So we'll go check that out here in a minute. We'll hold 4. Can we hold 4? We're still losing power, but we're about to crest, so... The Linky is not happy. The last time I did something like this, I took the Tanko 40 and I completely filled it. No, I finished completely full. I did 30 liters. Yeah, 30,000 liters inside of it. And oh wow, I've already got radiator problems. That does not bode well. Alright, we are just going to put this guy on autopilot for a minute, and we are going to come over here and we're going to fix up our bus route. Yep, condition. So he's doing alright today, but his durability went down. It's fine. He still has, 8 hours of the day to make more profit. So we'll see how that goes. Ooh, yeah, handle. Besides the garbage, I need a garbage bag in here. Toss that in. Fire. Alright. Cool. Here we go. The ranch over. And once we get down south, we will do a few iron runs. But that's one of those ones that you're just like, you know what? I will set the AI up to go do it. Just so you have product there for when you need to have those H-beams or those coils. Pardon me. But we'll see how profitable it is. Maybe it is profitable for us to make those runs. If that's the case, then we should definitely be getting a camper, RV, and setting it up somewhere down south until I can afford a home down there. So yeah, there's that. I'm going to hit the go fast button myself. See if we get not hit the prison bus. Grab some gas, go off road just a little bit. Get back on the road. Alright. Good turn. We'll see how we can make it through this turn. Not too bad. Let's get back on the road. Will the police see us? Alright, so Linky. So I think the next Linky is the double axle single wheel. And to be quite honest, I don't know much about Linkies, so I'll just back on autopilot for a minute, and let's go take a look at the wiki on that. So the wiki says vehicles. This was its trailer. Let's go back. Trailers. Linkies are down here. So the single 2 truck level 100 costs $17,000. It's a steal. It doesn't say very much about these. Something here doesn't make sense. The Linky S2 and the Linky D2 are the second tier. It's the 2-axle variants. Are unlocked at levels 100 and 200 respectively, though the mass of the S2, the single wheel, is 2,250 pounds or kilograms, whereas the Linky D2 2 axles tandem tires on each side is 800 kilograms. There's a typo in there somewhere. But other than that, there is no real information on how much weight they can support or should support. All we do know is right now, hold on, what is going on there? That is, I broke it. That's what happened. I broke it. Alright. Let's not look at it anymore. And let's continue on. We'll go back to manual drive. See if we can't coax a little bit more speed out of this. I got my $3,000 fine, which is fine. I will make more than enough money on this. But it does put me down into the red. I have negative dollars. Oh good, the bus pulled off. Means I can take its spot and fly on by. Ooh. Not going very fast. Oh, and I'm overheated. Do I not have the large radiator in this? That'd be an oversight. Alright, we'll get back on the gas. This does not bode well for this next upcoming hill. Where our truck is already struggling just to get across this bridge. So we may actually have to reconfigure some trailers when we get to the other side of this. Bring in the Jamusi. for its debut. I mean, it's so new, it's not even painted. And we're about to hit overheat from it again. Yeah, that's no bueno. We'll let it cool down for a second while we coast. And we'll pick up the pace again. Here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. We're gonna hit that little truck. A little scrapey scrape. Do you mind going faster, guy? I'm gonna have a hard time with this hill, and I don't know how this is all gonna work out. Alright, we're at the base of the hill. I'm gonna already crash and chip over. We're gonna just leave that for a moment. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna leave that. We're gonna come back to it. Maybe there's no repair spots until we get to the Terra garage. That is something that is definitely missing on this side. Like either you have to go all the way down to the lower right, the lower east-hand side of this island to get a garage. And it only works if you're friendly with them. So, I mean, I don't have that kind of reputation with them yet. I'm going to pull over here to the gas station. I'm going to fill up my vehicle. And then I'm going to spawn the Jamusi and see if I can go down there and pick up that trailer we just lost. Yeah, get out. Then get our Jamusi. Jamusi. We'll get him started. We'll get him down the side. Alright. That one bus route is chugging along at a couple $100 a day. That's really all I expect from it, really. Let's see if that tanker is still down here. Or if I've gone far enough for it because I already despawned. Nope, there it is. I don't have a winch on this thing yet, so... to nearest road. Sure, we can go right up there. Oh, hey, there it is. Oh. Alright, now where's this control box? Ah, there you are. Nearest road. We're gonna go right up there. Then we will toggle the landing gear. Get back in Jamusi, man. I'm not a fan of the Jamusi. I thought I'd give it a crack. I'm going to be disappointed. I already know it. It is moving. It's moving better than I thought it would. You go from 6 low. Let's hold third. For a while long. We are getting up there, so let's switch off to 4 high and see if we're not past the worst of it. Seems to be doing all right. I'm going to cut that van off. Right. This thing has no guts. This is where I wish it was more like Farming Simulator, where I could be like, hey, I want you to drive to this point, and I just jump out. Because that'd be helpful right about now. Yeah, I don't think that this is going to make it. Alright, so plan 96 is carry on with just the Atlas tank. Carry on with just the Atlas tanker. We'll make it, we'll make some cash, and one day we may come back here and finish up this delivery. Come through, boys. Right, I'm going to park it here, kill the engine, parking brake, and get out. Alright. Turn on this vehicle. And we'll continue the drive. And get away from this intersection because it is Ubar. Alright, and we're on the road. I don't know how you didn't see me merging there. I could always come back here and use that vehicle spawner to get me a semi that can pull that tanker, not the Jamusi. So that's one option. But we're not going to be down here for, we're not going to be back here for a while. So the whole point of coming down here was to drop off some oil on our way to do iron ore and coal. So that's what we should be doing. So I want to get those HPs ready to go, and I believe I got to bring over at least enough for 4 beams, which is reach the top of this hill. Going so much better, going so much better, and we're not overheating. Close to it, but we're not overheating. Who's this little guy? I'll take the inside. And I hit overheating. Hey, give me a push. If I get to the top of the hill, I hit it and go step in, so we'll nurse it. I'll turn on the Jake brake. We'll turn it off. Let that radiator get some cooling done. Yeah, I just wish there was no little town that had a garage. Maybe I could also start breaking my vehicles. Wonder which one's gonna happen first. Alright. I got that pickup truck back there that was in the roundabout was a police officer, but I'll leave it alone. That little guy go. Split in the lane. Only about 7.4 kilometers away, and we've got rain, so good on us. Moving right along. Just getting those driver's ranks. That is nice to see. This is a relatively quick uphill. Alright, here we go. I never actually bought coolant in this game. I suppose it's one of the things I should eventually get. So now that we're at the relative top of the hill, I'm actually going to put autopilot from there. And I'm going to try to find that requirements for the I think this may be it. Alright, thank you, brothers. Alright, let's see. Nope. No, thank you, Reddit. Moving on. Let's see what else we got. Why is everything showing me to a video? What does nobody have to do? Nice slot. Okay, well there's that. To the next page. Such a brilliant. This might hold it. What do we got? Let's see. Locations. Okay, that's one thing. Maybe I'm searching most of them. Guess just how much of each. Video. Well, we're getting through the desert. Okay, maybe here it is. Okay, desert house. Has an image. We'll just have to go talk to the architect ourselves and go buy one of each. So I believe it's like 10 concrete, 10 sand, 4 plastic pipes, 4 H-beams, and a dozen wood planks. I could be wrong. Let's get back to the game. And here we go. We'll drive again. We will repair when we get down to the Terra factory. And off the mouse. Now this little guy flies. Pulling an additional 28. How was it? 28,000 meters. Yeah, that's what it was. Stay behind the bus for a moment. Yeah, we'll pass. There we go. Made the pass. Now we'll start speeding again. Alright, so yeah, we'll get down here. We'll drop our fuel off. We'll pick up oil. We'll go by the Terra factory to get repairs. And then we'll head off to the refinery. From the refinery we will change out our vehicles and we will go out to maybe we may stop by and try to find some fuel. See if we take a fuel contract out to the harbor. Granted, that will just be disposing of it. No, we'll leave the fuel there. Because we might be able to do contracts with it later. Yeah, oh yeah, we'll do that. .1 kilometers. We're just starting to render it now. Oh, this could have been, is that a police officer? That is a police officer. White bar on top, red and blue. So when we get there, we're going to stop short. We're going to hop out. We're going to grab the contract. You go too slow, officer. Out the off-road and balance my way on up here. See, why can't I get one of those, but has a dump truck attached to it? Alright, stop and short. There we go. Contracts, we got fuel, we got 20 of it. It's been signed. So we won't get 50, we'll get 17, but still. We're headed this direction. Nope. Vehicle owner share was $28,000. Gave that off to the company. We took $3,000 in payment, so it paid off the fine that we had, and we got the contract for $17,500. We will then take this contract. All right, and we will head back on out. Just doing our thing. I'm gonna try to cut off that police officer again. I don't know which way he's going. But if we get far enough ahead, he will not be a problem. And we're on the road and we are cruising. Okay, the lift axle is down. I get it, this thing wasn't really meant for off-road. And here we are off-road. I'm going to double check to make sure I'm getting the large radiator. This seems insane. Maybe it's that turbo that's generating so much more heat. If that's the case, then why can't I just get a second radiator, one just for my turbo? I mean, if we look at modern cars nowadays, they got like 12 different radiators up front. I'm joking, they don't, but they got at least 2 or 3 for various different systems, pumping fluids around. We're doing well on fuel. We'll cut this one a little tight. Keep our speed up. Another 12.4 kilometers to go. I don't know if that's a shortcut. I've never actually taken the dirt road versus the highway. Let's take a find out. So instead, I'm going to hit it here. Overheat. Alright, that's not so bad. I must prefer that to the extra turns on the actual road. I already know I was going to say overheat, so I'll just lay off the throttle for a second. So up to 18,000. I thought it was going to be worth more, but I have not memorized every single contract. But this oil one should be good, right? Right? Either way, we do need to have oil products for plastic, so this was decent. I'm going to do a little bit of off-roading again. And that rain just horrible. Horrible. Well, that sledding I want to say was due to the rain. I don't know how rain affects sand. You would think it would just make it a bog and stop you. Or hard packed, depending what type of sand it is. If it's the fluffy moon sand, that's one thing. If it's the dense beach sand, that's another. Right, and the Terra factory should just be up here around this next bend, if I remember correctly. Not this bend, but the one after it. The one that sweeps right. Oncoming traffic for quite a while. We're going to make contact. Yep, there it is. There's the road at least. There's the signage. Again, we're going to make a pit stop to see if we can fix our vehicle. We'll cut the corner a little bit. Still can't wait to get one of these vehicles. But since we're here, I will actually take a moment and I'm going to write down what it costs to make a Terra. Because I'm sure you have to do more than just buy it. Because I know you can lease a few of them. Alright. Repair. Oh, refill. Oh wow, we were low on. Just do all that. Everything else is great. Good except for that one brake pad. I'm turned around. I'll hop on out. Alright, what do we have here? Alright, so it needs 3 steel coils, 2 containers, 20 foot, 2 H-beams, 6 meters, 2 oil, 2 plastic, 1 fuel. That is quite a bit of stuff. And that gets me 1 Terra, and this place can hold 5 of that. Alright. Oh, let's see contracts while we're at it. Contracts. They have steel coil contracts, so contract, container, that is contract for 5. That doesn't make any sense. H-beam says contracts. Oil has contracts. Oil is a 10 minimum. H-beam is a 5. 5s. Ooh, steel coils at 15 minimum? No, come on, that can't be right. It's right, 15? Steel coils? Oh, that honestly cannot be right. Oil has a contract. It's 10s. Plastic pallets is a contract for 10. And fuel is a contract for 5. Minimum. Alright. That's interesting. How would you even do 5 containers without having a second person? How would you do? I mean, you get 2 on the 40-foot trailer. And that's without making road trains completely cheesing the system. Because I'm sure you could put a vehicle in neutral and use a tow chain, a winch, to drag another vehicle around. But by trying to play semi-real, and then 15 coils. Like I saw somebody put, that just seems insane. Like how would you ever do that? Maybe it's possible. Maybe you can load up 15 coils onto 1 or 2 trailer deck beds, high beds, and take them around. I do not get it. Of the data. Probably be here for more people on the network. So let me just send to auto drive. Not that one. This one. This one. This one. Let's do output is. Okay. All right, and we are almost back. Come on. Almost working. Select a stream. That one. Right. Open Studio. Now we're seeing the videos remain strong. Okay, we can fix that. Viewers, again, thank you all for watching. I'm gonna correct that error at the moment. Let's see. Right. Stream health looks like it's coming back. All right, there we go. After y'all, after having at least 3500 bit rate. Well, you do with what you can, right? You do with what you got. All right, moving on. Here we go. It's a police officer. Road's 90, I'm never going to be able to pass. Look at that little bus. I'm halfway tempted to go buy a second bus once I get some money. Not getting out of that. Alright. Nearest road. Yep. Okay. Close that. Drop that. And we will go again. Losing money on this one. What can I say? What can I say? Yep, just a bad driver here. Just a bad driver. Let's try not to overheat this one this time. So that should be fine. Here we go, here we go. Sunrise, or kilometers an hour. .5 kilometers away. Just about there. And we got this. There's the little village, the worker village. Yeah, I'm halfway tempted to go buy with buses. Because that one's doing the Aldi ring, if I'm not mistaken. And if he's doing the Aldi ring, he's servicing at least 4 different towns on the small island. Let's go take a look at that real quick. Let's go make this drop off first though, and see what we're going to do. Come over here. Alright, my error message has gone away. Alright, gate open, sesame. Alright, we are in gas core. Let's go grab our contract and... You know, one of these times I'm going to have to do an online contract or online access to see how that actually works. Seems kind of costly, but you know, you never know until you try it. We go on the far side over here. Stop, we'll get out, come over here. We'll look at the refinery. Contracts, we have 20. Not gonna pay much. I must have been thinking of something else that I was doing that just paid really well. Alright, so everything went off to the corporation. We did get the contract bonus though. So it gave us about 20,000. Not a lot, but I'm trying to recover the funds here, my corporation funds. We did go down quite a lot because we did up slots, and that slot cost me $100,000. So a couple of easy contracts like this to earn us essentially 40K, 45K is good money to refill that copper. Alright, and I am not going to sidetrack this anymore. We are going to drop this guy off, and we are going to go find a vehicle spawn point, and we are going to load into our truck, and we are going to load up some coal or iron and go off to the steel factory. So that's what we're going to do. If there's a parking spot in here somewhere. I guess. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave this thing out, so I'm not going to use it for a while. You know what? We're going to put this on the oil run. On the oil run. I'm just going to do oil back and forth. Alright, this is the Atlas tanker. Assign route, oil. Notify us of deliveries, oil. Notify us of deliveries. And we will... I will jump out of it, and I will hand it off to the NPC, and I will recondition it. Alright. Oh yeah, so the oil route that I have goes from here, where we just came from, all the way on up here to the harbor, all the way back down here, and then to the refinery. There and back again. So he's going to be doing that, and we are going to go and get ourselves, hopefully something will make us a little bit more money. No. Odilum? Oh, yeah. I was hoping to use that, but we're not. No, Doom done. Freshly painted? Mint? Let's get this on out here to the road. I need to go make myself some dinner, so I'm going to set a waypoint. There. We got all the sand. Alright, I'm going to be right back. Enjoy this little traveling montage. Is everyone doing? Well, having a great Sunday evening, afternoon, wherever you are. Let's switch monitors really quick, and look at this other one, and over here and go. I'm gonna put that one there. Therefore, I could then get rid of not that button, this button. That, and that. I like that better. Alright. We've made it to the harbor. We'll take control again. Now, love touching my mouse. Throws the camera all off. Burned a lot of fuel so far. Or that was me at the large fuel tanks and not filling them up first, which is fine. Sliding around that corner. So on this vehicle we did lower it 5 centimeters on each of the axles. We also made spacers, 100 mil spacers on each of the wheels, so we are low and squatty. Alright. We will start with the furthest one. There we go, we'll pick up. Alright, I want H-beams first, so that's going to be a $53,000 load. As this is part of the corporation, we are going to check its share company. 45% seems a little high. We will knock that down to 30%. That should be nice. We'll double check once we get to the other side. Alright, here we go. The slow track to the other side of the map. It's saying about 21 kilometers. Yeah, that's about right. Too bad I couldn't put sand tracks on this thing and just go right over that hill. It would make it a much shorter journey. We are also just underweight, but over on each of the axles. I was hoping that this guy would be able to tow the dump attachment out of the trailer, but nope, not my luck. Not my luck. Oh well. Let's see how squirty we get this thing. Oh, about that squirty. Alright, this thing does not like to slide. Got the 13-speed transmission as well, just to give us more gears. This would also help out with fuel efficiency at some point. Because 8 high should just be sipping on fuel if we get it up that high and then cruise. Which we're not going to be able to because the roads around here are just too twisty and windy. Made it to 8 high, we're doing 97, 95. It's good. 101. We don't really need anything faster than that. Speaking of not needing anything faster than that, we're going to start slowing down. I did not slow down enough. We just got out of it. Nice. Have I ever owned a dumpy before? I don't think I have. I've had a smaller dump truck. Maybe this was I don't know, I can't. I'd have to go to the dealership and actually look them all over. Alright, we're back in civilization. East to a refinery. We'll run this person out over. Yep. Alright, I will be right back. Alright, 15-minute timer. What's my phone? 15-minute timer. 15. Should be good enough. Alright. As this thing drives me there, we are going to go back and try to find the answer to this depot question. Because it should be out there somewhere. Well, let's see, is it in here? The build. Depot. Push announcements. Company depot, sorry, here it is. Terra, limestone, processing, Dropbox, increase control, bag, changes. Looks like just go bind a go buy one of these. It looks like that is a shame. People. Let me go through this video real quick. All right. For good information. All right. All right, here we go. All right, here it is. I got it. Have a look at the video film. All right. Let's see. Same, small. Same, 15 units. Small is just 10 units. Concrete is 10 units. Concrete is 15 units. Now each room is 3, 2, 3, 2. Plastic pipes is 3 and 2. Wooden planks is 4 and 2. Perfect. Back here. Alright, so for a large depot, it will cost 15 sand, 4 wooden planks, 3 plastic pipes, 15 concrete, and 3 steel H-beams. So, now that we know what we gotta get, let's get those resources on the map so we can eventually take them to our destination. We're about halfway to our destination now, and I'm about a third of the way to dinner. I'll take over driving really quick. Not that I'm going to go get this any faster. All I can really do is cause us more accidents. So we'll start the accident counter by driving like a maniac. Once we get out of the sand desert here, I'll be able to. This is also going to be a great way for us to, get some more contracts in. Because there's definitely going to be a contract for 10 iron ore at this place, so. So at least we're going to have profit there. Alright, now we're just cruising along. Just cruising along. I'm going to try not to just cut across all of the sand deserts. I will try my best to try to stick to those as much as possible. Even the dirt roads. I just like cutting across this desert right here. It's an easy enough shortcut. Then made that turn. Power back on up the engine. Get us up to speed. Yep, here we go. We'll stop for fuel on the way back. So we'll certainly get enough to get to where we're going, and enough to go and to get back to this gas station. That rain is helping with the slowing. Here comes the turn off. I'm making a right up here. That jig brake did not really help. I was hoping to slow down a little bit more. Alright, we're about 7 kilometers out. That should be nice. Get our first load. So again, all we really need is 3 steel H-beams. So whatever that takes is what we're going to shoot for in this episode. We'll still probably bring limestone or sand down here for that as well. Can I get back to my side of the road? I cannot. I'm going to hit him. Yep. 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 I couldn't just monster truck the little mini. That's a shame. That is a shame. Because putting a depot there would be nice. Putting one back there in the refinery would be nice. Putting one up by the meat processing, the food processing, and the cheese factory. That would be nice. I just don't know if I have that kind of time and money at the moment, so I definitely don't have the money. Considering I started out this episode with, or this stream with 600,000. Yeah, I'm feeling awfully broke. Feeling awfully broke. So I did get a motorcycle. It did pay for itself. So, happy about that. Almost out of here. I'm going to pass this guy in the middle. Right. just driving along. Hitchhikers don't give any money, so I'll fly on by right there. Less than 4 kilometers out. I got 2.5 minutes on my timer. Alright, here we go. Fly down this hill. Sure, I'll be taking the left up here soon. Nice little waterway there. Right, we're going along this left-hand bend. We're going way too fast. And there's a rock that just wants to eat me. I'll just miss it. So our Atlas tanker did not make us any money yesterday, but our Air City bus did compensate for that. But when that Atlas truck does pay off, it will pay off. I'm going to rip this on autopilot. I'm going to turn off my timer, and I will be back momentarily. Alright, so they're dropping off there. We're gonna have to run in there and grab a contract. We have 10 units. If it's the second one over here that has the marker on it, get out now. Run over here. H-beams. Yep, that's what we're looking for. Oh, they want 20? 20? Can I do it in 50 minutes? Can I do it in 50 minutes? Can I do it in 15 minutes? It's there and back. Alright, I'll do it. It's only for 27,000. Sure, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go. Alright, here we go. The minutes, it is just about 6 o'clock my time. Which gives us till 6. Not bad. I will take the 42,000. I will then set our destination to be this location. And I'm gonna let them go. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, I am going to let you while I have a bit to eat, and I will be back shortly. Not that bad. Getting closer to our destination. Where'd that noise come from? Interesting. Interesting. Getting bleed from somewhere. Oh, that's where I'm getting bleed over from. There we go. Alright, hand off the mouse. 4.8 kilometers away from our destination, as per the GPS. I've always been interested in seeing if that was actually a shortcut or not. I think those 90-degree turns are a bit harsh, where this one is sweeping. But it'd be interesting to see. Maybe not in this vehicle. I mean, right now it's empty. Now would be the time. If it was weighted down, maybe not. .7 kilometers remaining. I'm using all the frames again, so let's fix that. Alright, and my bitrate is deteriorating. So my upload speed is just going to trash. Hopefully that will sort itself out here momentarily. Almost to our destination. And here we go. I'll go back to manual control. Well, at least we don't overheat in this vehicle. We can still get squirrely. How far into the sand do we go? Nope. Should have just let the guy continue, the autopilot continue. I drive too fast, and I do not know how to control these vehicles. Oh, and there's our Atlas. We'll give him a good refurbish. While we're at it, we'll also do him the Air City. As of today, let's see. So yesterday, I wanted to see how this is going. So we didn't make any money. We are not looking to make any money today as well. So this Atlas tanker run is not exactly a surefire thing. Let's see, what else do we have on here? Oh, what I did want to look up was how we're doing with various cities. So Ganjang, we are at 20% bus service, just dropped down. And not very much with a lot of other people. That's alright, but I think we can do better. We focus that one bus that we have on just one region, we might be able to get a single higher score that will get another bus out of the region, make it higher. Overall, just do better. I think it would take another 3 buses at about $170 a pop. 170,000 a pop. So we're looking at, about $500,000 just to get that set up. All right, we'll go off to the H-beam. Get that loaded on up. And we'll back it on up. It's been 22 minutes. We had 15 minutes to go complete that contract. It's gonna be tight. It's gonna be tight. I'm just looking, keep looking at the clock, being like, oh, can we actually make this contract or not? Yep, we will just bypass that weight limit. Nope. Yeah, he's going to try to get me to bring on the wrong side of the road. Nope. Alright, cool. I will go with it. Let's see. I could just put it back on autopilot and see how we do. Because if I drive too much, we will probably end up off the road. And if we end up off the road, it's just going to cost us time and energy until we get to a couple straight points. I'll do it past this next turn. So I think I will hold a higher speed through it. During my tire marks going off the road. Now I think it's up past this next set of dunes. That's where that big turn is. I don't want to control it through there because last time I did. Oop, now the police are after me. Let's see how long it takes the police to do something about this. What's funny is I don't think there's anywhere to actually lose that. Oh no, hey, look at that. Crude oil. We did get crude oil, but we therefore made it all worth it. Now the police are going to play bumper cars with us. But we're not stopping because we're under autopilot. Because honestly, if we come down here, that was a stretch that we just drove fairly easy. This one would mess me up. Same with this one. We could probably drive from here to there and be able to pick up speed. But for the majority of this, I think it'd be better for we'll drive a little bit. And we're going to hear that the entire way. because I had no intention of stopping. Once we complete this contract, I will be ending the stream. Now that siren does sound like it's getting a little further back behind us. Remember, the AI is only good at going so fast. If I could just outpace them. Like, we were having a hard time hearing that. They're still there. See if we can now come back and get the apex. Alright, we got it. Hold off the gas. Let's slow down just a bit. Let's hit the brakes. We're going to go off into dust and dirt. And here are the police. They caught back up to us. Sounds like they stopped, giving us a chance to get away. Their buddy is, I think, taking over the lead pursuit car. Oh, they are fast. Here I am loaded down with iron ore. Not caring a lick about what they are doing back there. Oh, and now we got rain to deal with. So, police chase in a rainstorm in a desert. And those police just crashed into each other. I might end up taking a dirt shortcut at the intersection, just to see if I can lose these police. That's quite a ways out still. Look, officer, I'm just trying to make this delivery in time. Still got about 20 minutes. Oh, darn. Yeah, I'm gonna let the autopilot handle this train, because I would run off the road. Let's see, I have a contract right here. We have a little less than 20 minutes. 19 minutes. I'll go through that train. I still think we've got plenty of time. But I'm not happy with the size of vehicles we have and the amounts of some contracts required. It's just nuts. How am I supposed to do that? I know. We're supposed to play with friends. Well, that is one option, or you could actually make the game playable for everybody, and have it scale with the number of people on the server, or, you know, corporation. Alright. We still have our police escort. That's a pretty good return, so I'm going to hand it back off to the autopilot to get us through. Because if not, I'd be halfway up that sand hill before where I stopped. I'll take manual control back. We will go to 7 high. Get those RPMs up as we climb this hill. Terra Factory, so we're almost halfway there. So it's about 17 minutes to go. Back to daytime. Right, and we're putting some distance between us and the police. That was one of the biggest problems with this side of the map, is that there is nowhere to hide. I mean, I suppose I could go up and the shrubs off on my right. And I think we're out of the sand, so both sides are now free to crisscross the countryside. Still have not broken line of sight with the officers. We'll dip our toes off this side. Hit the hardball again. Police have caught up. You know, I think they understand that sirens don't actually. At the end of the day, they're just NPCs. Oh, and you went off the wrong side. Alright, this is the biggest break we've had so far between the police. And will we be able to capitalize on it? Let's find out. Our police bar is not going down, so that means that they can still see me. They just haven't caught up to me yet. Alright, and we're just going to fly on down here to a gas station. Oh, there they are. I guess this would make me the bandit and Smokey. I think that's how it goes. Now, last time I tried using just the jigbrake, that failed horribly. So instead I'm going to do a little cutting like that. Try to confuse them up a little bit. I did not. He got out of his car. I slowed it down. Yeah? What are you gonna do? Just drive behind me? Yep, I guess he's just gonna drive behind me. This was inevitable. Question is, will you be able to find me in the steel mill? This is quite annoying. Alright, this off-road section could be fine. Make some distance between us and the police. Now we have the better vehicle. See how he handles that turn. Handled it pretty well. He's still behind us. Just fading off the map right now. That's nice. So we are outpacing him by enough to start causing some separation. I'm sure he'll catch up on this straightaway, and this turn, this nice gentle turn, should advantage him as well. But we did get up into 8 low, which means we are absolutely flying. And our police want level is starting to decrease. So that is a sign that we may actually outrun this pursuit here shortly. Unfortunate for us, we're going back to the road that favors them. Hopefully this lead of ours holds for at least another minute or two. While we put some space in between us. Alright, I'll go back to my side of the road. Alright, and we will join back up with the road, like so. Alright, we're doing alright, We've got about 3.8 kilometers left, and our police one level is just about over. And make a hard-ish turn that's going to slow us down quite a lot. I'm going to hit him. And we got away from the police. I only had to take out one car to do so. I'm surprised. Alright. Now we are free and clear to make it all the way the rest of the 3.2 kilometers. And we still have about 13 minutes, 12 minutes. Let's go and check on that. Contracts. 11 minutes. Let's continue driving. We got it in the bag, so I'm not too worried about it, but still just disappointed. I don't have a vehicle that can take 20 units at one time for the minimum contract. Instead, I'd have to stage a vehicle or two and drive them individually, or wait till I get the Atlas dumper, and so I can actually put a trailer on the back of it, so I can hold 28 or 27 over 20 unit type of this cargo. Alright, just about there. We are going to pull on in up to our destination, 1.1 kilometers away. We will make this dump and we will sign off for the day. I do want to thank everyone here for watching and enjoying this content. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down in the comments or in the chat. Either or works. And if you are looking for some Schedule 1 content, I have videos scheduled for the rest of the, well, not rest of the week, but I will have content for the rest of this week coming out, day by day. So look forward to that, dropping about 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. No, not daylight. No, it's Eastern Daylight Time. Yep, that's the time we're currently in. Alright, we still have our contract going. I shouldn't have to go do anything with that. I should just have to go dump this and call it good. Alright, and here we are. Alright. Contract for 27,500 is done. The vehicle owner share got 16,000. We walked away with an additional almost 23,000. So that's overall very good. Since we are here, we are going to look at H-Beam's contracts. We're going to come over here and look at, we need 8 iron ore to 12 coal and 2 limestone. We have enough iron ore. We will need to do 3 trips. No, hold on. We are still short on H-Beam material. So we will need to make 1 more 3 coal and 1 limestone. That will get us our 3 H-beams. As you can see, all of that is required to make 1 of those. So that's where we stand. Limestone, we can do a limestone run in this. It's fairly inexpensive. It's there. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys today. I'm going to despawn this vehicle really quick. It doesn't need to be sitting out. And I hope you guys all have a lovely rest of your day. Enjoy, and goodbye.